Alright, you probably thought there was no talking. Oh, you're out of luck there, ladies and gentlemen. You're pretty lucky because it's low tide today, so usually a lot of these rocks are underwater and this is the easier route. When it's high tide, it gets back here somewhere and you have to go up on those high rocks and it's a lot harder. You got a lot bigger jumps. Anyway, let's do it. So as you can see, we're up pretty high, pretty fast. Alright, now we start heading back down again. And so what I'm doing here is a lot of the time I'm picking the rock I'm going to jump on, where and how I'm going to land on it, about 3 jumps in advance. So by the time I get there, I don't really have to think about it. Alright, so coming up to a bit of a technical part here. Well, there's actually a bit of climbing involved. There we go. A little bit tricky here. It's this orange stuff, if you can see it, gets really slippery when it's wet. So coming this way is more of a low tide thing or a mid tide thing, but definitely not at high tide because you have to go down here and jump down there like that. So when there's a high tide, if you can hear me, all this area is underwater and I've got to go down there to get around this rock. Failing that, I've got to go all the way up over the top. As you can see, it's pretty slippery, so you need to make sure that you've got your foothold before you get there. And just squeezing in between these rocks here. Alright, now we're back out in the open. So, I'll try and get where you can see. You see that little gap? Is where I had to squeeze through there. This isn't too bad, you get a lot tighter than that, but all good fun. Bet you're spewing, you can hear me talking. Yeah, that's right, stuck with me. Alright, so we've just come nearly back to sea level again. Now we're going to start going all the way up again. So once we get up in this area, I'll try and only step on the rocks, because although you can see sand or leaves, if you look around there's a lot of holes in between the rocks, so it could just be a thin layer over a big hole. Plus you don't want to step on a snake. Alright, so we're just coming up to the top of the ridge between Balding and Radical. As you can see, that's Balding over there and Radical back through there, and one seriously out of breath motherfucker in between. Oh well, just swore, whatever. He just swore. Righto, righto. Alright, getting there. Alright, so this is the last climb of its highest point, where it gets a little bit tricky. I'm also coming back. Here's where you really need to know where your holds are and how much traction you've got with your feet. So again, pretty high up, pretty good view, and 2 more jumps to go. 3 more, sorry. Alright, so another one, and another one, and here we are, out on the point. Alright, so now we're going to head back. Alright, as you can see, on that one I just jumped over on the way over. You got about 1 metre in the middle if you do trip over to land on. Otherwise it's straight down on each side. It's about, I don't know, 80 metres down there. So it's going to ruin your day either way. Alright, the last one. Again here, pretty big fall, not much stopping you, but worth it once you get up here. Alright, and into a bit of a reverse climb down here. A little bit dodgy. It's all about getting that other foot over so you get that pressure on in between the rocks. From here I can do what's called a chimney climb. Have my feet on each side of the rock and pretty much just sit down in that position, and I can stay there all day regardless of how high I am. And again, where I can, just trying to stay on the rocks. So again, just putting that chimney climb in and getting to that point of no return and then committing. There's no hesitating. You hesitate, you go to hospital. Alright, this is a bit of a tricky one because you're landing on a downhill slope. So you got to have your center